If you're new to the channel, first time joining us, thank you very much for coming and hanging out with us. If you can't tell, I kind of like coffee. Best cheap little machine in the world. This wasn't part of the plan, but we're actually giving this away. I'll pop it in the link below once I finish recording this as to how you can win this guy. But we're not talking about that today. We're talking about this absolutely funky LaPavoni. Turn it on, hey, that makes way more sense. LaPavoni Professional. It is quite noisy on warm up, so I do apologize. But this is what we're calling the Frankenlever. This has got a whole lot of mods. A whole lot of mods. It's insane. If you have never watched my standard one, who we got there? Is that the new LM? That, yeah, mate. It's actually got an LM badge on it because I like it. Stickers covering the new logo. You can't fool us. Oh, there's an LM on the bench. There's an LM. I don't hate them. I don't know how that happened. I've got an LM here. I've got an LM at the cafe. I don't hate them. I just have my preferences. San Remo. Anyway, we are going to put this little Frankenlever to the test. It's got quite a few mods. Jack, I can see the LM on the bench. It's a real shame. I'm going to stop reading your comments out loud because lowers the value of your area, to be honest. Oh, Jack, you're a killer. You are a killer. We're not talking about LM today. Oh, anyway, you guys saw Jack on the previous live stream. He's a menace. We had to do some parental control beforehand because he's naughty. He's naughty. It's like that little boy that gets in trouble all the time, except no one says anything. He just gets away with it. Anyway, we're not talking about Jack. We're not talking about LM. We're talking about the LaPavoni. So stop it, Jack. This guy has a lot of mods. It's got obviously some timber accents. It's got a digital temperature gauge for the group head. It's got an isolator for the group head so that you can leave the machine on and it won't overheat the group head. Because mine, I turn it on, I make a coffee, I turn it off. Because it's really the only way to do it without that isolator. It's got this funky little pressure head. I'll put up some photos on my Instagram as well so you can really see a good close-up of this because it's hard on a live stream. It's really tricky, but maybe you can see that it's got extra stuff here compared to a standard one like over on the bench. Maybe I should have brought that over. Does everyone want to see that one? Maybe I should grab that. I'll grab it in a minute. This allows you to do actual pressure profiling. I love that LaPavoni. Look at that. He actually likes something I've got. So you can actually know what pressure you're extracting at. Makes it a lot better. Smart ass. Yeah. So it lets you extract at a certain profile and got that. I can't, sorry, Kenji, I missed that one, mate. Didn't get to read it in time. So yeah, you can extract knowing what pressure you're at rather than guessing and just hoping that you got the correct pressure. And it does allow you to back flush as well, which I haven't tried yet. Andrew, hey man. Andrew is a massive supporter of ours, so massive shout out to Andrew. He orders all of our merch like an absolute legend. He's going to collect all of our shirts and all of our hoodies. It comes in 9 colors, so I can guarantee you know how many pieces of clothing he's going to order from us. He's a legend. So this does have some cool mods as well. Probably one of the coolest ones is the little steam wand on the back. Sorry, the steam knob on the back has been converted. So rather than a typical dial like on that one, you actually push the lever down. I hadn't purged that one yet. So push the lever down, or you can just purge on the way up. It's pretty cool. Funky little thing. Is there anything else? Yeah, it's got some IMS upgrades as well. So internally, you've got an IMS shower screen. We believe it's nano-coated, even though it doesn't have that color coating on there. So I think we're pretty sure it's nano-coated. It might be an older one. That's something I definitely want to get for the other. Jack, that's your fault. For my LaPavoni, almost called it an LM. It's not an LM. Ready? Let's see what Jack says about that. Where's my dosing cup? I don't know where my dosing cup went. Stop looking, I found it. I found it, everyone. We are going to make a coffee on this thing shortly. We're just going to wait for it to come up to temperature. In the meantime, we're just all going to listen to Jack's horrible humour and just talk about a few things that he's done. So, of course, we've got a genuine LaPavoni distribution tool. So this does belong to a viewer that actually reached out. Absolute legend. He's also a car guy. And strangely enough, we used to work in the same industry a long time ago, which has nothing to do with coffee. We actually worked for the same person at some stage, just not at the same time. Really nice guy, really fast car. Can't wait. The hoodies and shirts shouldn't be too long. Scott, get on it. Hurry up. Let's go. We've got a dosing funnel in the correct size as well, which I don't actually know where that came from, but I want to find out because I need one. And I'm not going to steal his. Maybe I will. I might have to steal this for a little while until I can find one. But surely there's a company out there that makes it. I'm assuming Venturi. These guys will be on this soon enough if they're not already. Maybe I just haven't paid enough attention. Quick shout out to Venturi. I've mentioned them a lot in videos, not because they're paying me to or they've sent me some free things. They're actually a really good company and they know everything about these machines and lever machines. There's a magazine which is all about lever stuff. They're amazing. That's it. I'm not trying to sell stuff. I'm just trying to help them out, you know, because they're really good people and I want to help out the right people in this industry. So this won't be too much longer until we're up to temperature. Because of the isolator, the group head doesn't actually get super hot, but because of the digital reading, we actually know how hot it is. So we can actually extract at a proper temperature. Let's give it a little purge and see how much that comes up in temperature. So we're currently at 51, 61, 63, 60, wow, okay. So yeah, that's how much it's holding back the temperature because there's I think it's plastic or something in between the group head and the boiler, which makes for a big difference, clearly. I will grind some coffee on camera because we're live and I'm not gonna stop this. So if you're wearing headphones, maybe pop those out once I go over to the grinder. I'll let you guys know. 75 degrees on the group head now. The only reason I put the cloth there is because the drip tray on these machines, that's hot. The drip tray on these machines are tiny. Whoo! All right, can't take that one out of the edits, can we? Jesus. Yeah, so just trying to get this up to temperature on camera. I was going to turn it on beforehand, but I figured you guys want to see the difference of when I do this. So this might be, you know, an hour-long video. Who cares? Like, you guys got anything to do? You're probably at work getting paid to watch this video. Awesome. Especially Kenji. I know you're watching this, Kenji. So we're already up at a pretty high temperature, 83 degrees, which according to the manual sticker on the group head, which is the same as what I've got on mine, it's pretty well bang on. It's 87, so we're definitely getting up to temp fairly quickly. I'm going to go grind some coffee. Oh, I missed the message again, I'm sorry. At the end of the video, I'm going to go to the messages and hopefully go back through them. I realized I can't do live messages after the video is uploaded. I don't know why. I don't know if that's a thing or if I'm just missing something. So I'm sorry if you're sending through messages and questions, either send it through again and I'll see it, or I'll look at it at the end of the video, answer the question. That means you have to watch the whole video. Oh no, smart. See what I did there? I'm going to grind coffee in just a moment. So I believe this is an 18 gram basket. Kenji, you know it. What a man. 18 grams we're going to aim for. I'm going to go a little bit finer because it's set for the San Remo and it's set for the Weber as well. So actually, if you guys didn't see the video that I'm about to upload, this is the Weber Uni filter that I've just done the test on. It is sick. I'll be editing that video and probably uploading it tomorrow. Kenji, people can wait right in the... Oh, sorry, I missed it again. See? Live stream's hard without two people. Let's go 18 grams? I reckon about 18 grams. I've got 19. Let's take some out because we want to be precise. So if you guys have been paying attention, I say the word variable a lot when I'm talking about coffee because variables are the thing that change the coffee. If you change one thing at a time and then you measure the difference, you know what changes your coffee. If you change 3 things at the same time, you don't know which ones made the difference. Yeah. So when experimenting with espresso specifically, make sure you only change one thing at a time because if you change 2 things, you don't know which one affected the end result. So always have a control, start somewhere, that's a rough base, work your way from there, one difference at a time. You know what I'm saying? Variables. Variables are very important. So if you guys missed it, we are giving this away. This wasn't supposed to be a promotional video, but I figured it's in the screen. I am going to pop a link down below to how to win that because I'm done with it. It's proved itself worthy and I'm ready for this thing to go to its new owner. Man, it's so little. That's what she said. Why don't you guys send messages when I'm looking at the screen? We may have overdosed. Not like that. All right, let's make a coffee. Let's see how it comes out. I've literally not turned this machine on until today. This is the first coffee I've made on this thing. I don't even know if the scales are going to fit under there on this one. And it has a silicone group head seal, which means that you have to pull that thing really far across. This is something myself and the owner are aware of. Let's see how we go. Oh wow, that's so different. So this little valve on top stops any air bubbles. So we're sitting at 7 bar right now, which is what I extract the LaPavoni, the San Remo at. Whew. I may have gone a little bit too fine. It could also just be the angle I'm trying to extract at. I'm just trying to keep it. We're about 7.5 bar now. Oh man, this is sick. Guess I'm shaking. It's a very strange angle to make coffee at. Oh man. That is unreal. That's pretty cool. So that was a 7.5 bar espresso with no air. It was really strange to feel the difference between this and your typical LaPavoni lever. Typically I would go up, do a little pre-infusion, come back up again, and that would hopefully get rid of some air in the system. But this, oh wow. I'm gonna come around there and show you this. I don't know if you can see it. Try to get you to see this without spilling it. It is a super thick, creamy espresso. That's unreal. Okay, I need a spoon, so while I'm here. Group head temperature was still a tiny bit low. It's all good. Can't remember the name for the slurping thing that people don't like, but I'm gonna slurp. Whoa. That's cool. Now, essentially it makes a very, very similar coffee to what the normal lever would anyway, but it just gives you the measurements. So it tells you what you're extracting at. which means you can replicate the coffee a lot easier. I don't know what that sound is. It's not here. I think it was my aircon. Anyway, so like I said, with variables, if you have multiple variables and you keep changing things while you're going, it's very hard to replicate that coffee. So if I grind my coffee the same and then I extract at the same pressure, I should get the same amount of coffee on the same grind setting, temperature, etc. But if I don't know what that extraction pressure is, it's going to be very, very difficult to extract the same coffee. So that is a great little tool. I'm going to dump this in the knock box. So again, headphone users, pop them out for a sec. Oh, that's a great little biscuit of coffee, by the way. Break some of that off. So, such a lever thing. If you get it right on these lever machines, you always end up with a really good biscuit. Misophobia. Fear of sounds like slurping. Thank you, Kenji. That's the one. I will forget it again. I do it every time. I'll try to remember. Man, that's hot. Just finished an affogato made with my LaPavoni machine. Legend. Oh, they're honestly, if anyone's ever owned a lever machine or even just used one, you get it. They're amazing. There's nothing like using a lever machine. Now, unfortunately, now that I've used one with this contraption here that allows you to do all sorts of things like back flushing, etc., I want one, which is annoying because that's $600. That's a lot of money for a gauge and a little two-way valve or something in there. But it's all good. It's all going to be worthy. I'll see what I can find. To be honest, I'm not going to spend $600. I'm going to try to find one. There's a few things we can test on this. It's pretty cool. And then you get a little purge. Takes a while for that to close. I feel like that might need some adjustment. It's a pretty cool machine. Sorry, what was your name? I can't see. Joey. Joey, it is a very cool machine. Which one have you got? Do you have a standard Europiccola or I believe this is a professional PL. It's also got a powder coated base. I don't know if it came like that. Probably modified it being a car guy. Always getting carried away. That is great. It is such a good little coffee. So like I was saying, being able to replicate your pressures is very important. I know I've already said it, and typically I'd try not to repeat myself, but it's one of those extremely important things. It's all about your variables. Does anybody want to watch me steam milk on this thing? Standard from the early 80s. Ran out and picked up a $200 bronze machine today. That's pretty cool. Nice. Does anyone want to watch me steam milk? They have to soup it up like this one. Yeah, man, it's so good. That pressure profiling thing, there's a few different ways to do it, I believe. I've never seen it this funky. There are a few accessories you need to add and change and move, and I'm not going to play with the back flush on camera. Steam milk? Deal. I'll steam some milk. That means I need to grab some milk. Hopefully I've got milk. What's the date today? Oh yeah, let's not use that one. I'm not going to show you the milk I'm going to steam because it's gross. It's not out of date, it's just bad quality milk. So this machine does have a steam tip upgrade as well, just like my machine. That was one of the parts from, oh, you guys might have seen that. Ooh, keep that off camera, it's horrible. So the guys had sent me the steam wand upgrade as well. So just a little single tip. So this is skim milk, and it's very low quality skim milk. So Let's see what we can do. This is a weird angle to steam milk. I'll stop touching the machine. So this is the most modified LaPavoni I've ever seen, especially in person. There's probably some people out there that have done crazier things to it. I've seen some guys, well, I've heard of guys that have done like a PID control or like a temperature control for the boiler. I don't feel like it's necessary. Turn it on and extract when you're at the correct temperature. This is not a machine you're banging out 10, 20 coffees with, so man, this steam milk's unreal. This is the nastiest milk, and it's still super creamy. I'll come over and show you in a minute. And this little knob has the upgrade, so you can just purge. I like that. That's definitely something I'd like to do. Not that I steam milk on mine, ever. This milk is perfect. It's absolute perfection. I'll tilt the camera. I shouldn't because it's horrible. But you guys need to see that. That is unreal. That is super silky, wet paint milk. Try to do this without spilling it on the floor. That's awesome. I'm so impressed. Like I said, I very rarely steam milk, but with the old 3-tip, like the 3-hole tip, there's no way you could do that. That is a definite upgrade. I would always do. It's just my little WDT. The Passado thing that somehow Jesse, if you've watched my live streams before, he's got / had one of these and he's broken off all but 2 or 3 of these little pins. I don't know how. I literally just dropped mine and it's still perfectly fine. Maybe Jesse's just special. Let's turn this into a little macchiato. Oh, super sweet. You know what? I'm going to show you the milk. I didn't buy this, so you can blame Sky. This is Coles Long Life Skim Milk. And it still came out like that. So imagine using proper milk. I don't drink milk. This is just there because, anyway, it works for food. It's actually for cooking. Anyway, that was pretty impressive. Is there anything else on this machine that he's done? Oh, the custom drip tray. Ah, that's so hot. So it does have this little drip tray screen as well, which I will dry and show you. So typically, that's your standard plastic drip tray, which works. But he's gone and got this guy here, which has got LaPavoni engraved in the middle there. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty cool, and it's really heavy, which actually makes it nicer because it doesn't move when you put the cup down. The tip, yes, the steam tip. It's not even expensive. If you head to Casa Espresso online, they have that steam tip adapter. They've got a whole lot of mods and those guys know everything. So yeah, Casa Espresso for any mods for your LaPavoni machines. Highly recommend those guys. Absolute legends of people and they just know everything. I know it's the second time I've mentioned them in this live, but they're amazing. So make sure you check them out if you want to leave a machine. They do actually have a sale on at the moment as well, but I'm not trying to do a sales pitch. But if you are thinking about buying one of their machines, now's maybe the time. I don't work for them. I just like supporting good people. Again, that's about it. This machine's unreal. So, like I was saying previously, it has the little isolator. The tip is a must, but oh, the lever, that little, yeah, the knob. Definitely do that little knob upgrade. I want that. That's awesome. Way better than the little twisty thing that by the time you actually turn off the steam wand, your milk's about 3 degrees hotter than you wanted. So it does make it a little bit tricky. Yes, so the isolator. Adding the isolator to this machine, so it literally just spaces the group head away from the boiler itself, and it's made of a plastic-ish material. On my machine, if I leave the machine turned on, the group head will essentially overheat and become too hot to extract a coffee, which means you make a coffee, you turn it off, then you turn it back on and then wait. It's not ideal, but essentially I only use my lever machine to make one coffee and then turn it off anyway. If you want to be able to make multiple coffees on your machine or just leave it on all day, the isolator is a great idea because the group head is at 78 degrees, which is actually too cold. So do a couple of pumps on the lever, get the group head up at temperature, extract your shot. That's cool. Definitely worth doing if you want to be able to make multiple coffees or leave the machine turned on. Internally, I don't think there's anything touched. I think this is a typical car guy thing and he's just bolted on everything possible that he could find. And he's done a good job of it. This machine's only a few years old. I think it was 3 or 4 years old. It's probably made more coffees than mine. Mine's 21 years old, but rough internally. It did a lot more sitting than anything. And the person that I bought it off just trashed the thing. And I don't think it made a coffee for 10 years or so. It was bad. But it's great now. There's going to be a couple of upgrades like that thing because it's mad. Let me know what you think, guys. I think this thing's awesome. It's pretty cool. Custom tamp, by the way. So custom tamps in any size. I can make that happen with any print you want on there. I've obviously done a little Mitch Does logo because it's cool, but we can get LaPavoni logo on there. We can do anything you want. Anything. Any ideas how much it costs to get a machine up to this spec? I probably should have done that research. I know that valve pressure thing on the group head is about 600 bucks. The temperature probe is probably another 150 bucks. The isolator is not expensive at all. I dare say that this little purge / steam knob, it's a whole conversion inside, so I think that's going to be about 200 bucks, maybe more. The timber accents, that would not have been cheap as well. How much more stuff do I need, mate? Sorry, I missed that, Andrew. I didn't see your message. Timber accents, I reckon that would have been maybe 150 to 200. This is all in Australian dollars, by the way. You might have to do the conversion there. Typically, Australia is probably the most expensive place. How much more stuff do I need, mate? There's 9 different colours in these shirts, Andrew. I think you've ordered 3 of them, maybe 4. I can't remember. You've ordered a few, but there are more available on the website, brewlabcafe.com.au. Order your shirts worldwide. I'll send them to you. It probably doesn't let you click for worldwide, but I'll make it happen. So there's over $1,000 in upgrades in this machine, I'd say, in Australia. I don't know if the base was already powder coated black or if he got that done, but I would say about $1,000 Australian to get this machine up to the spec that it's at currently. Hopefully that answers the question of how much it would cost to do this. Actually, I've got to stop doing that. You can go over there. A bottomless portafilter itself, if your machine didn't come with one, they're fairly expensive as well. I think they're 150 just for that. Not sure if it came with this handle or not. So I would say about $1,000, IMS shower screen. It's a lot of money to add to a machine that retails here for about $1,500. It's a little bit, but it's worth it because that's cool. That's definitely worth the money. I don't care if it is $600. That's amazing. The little steam wand purgy knob thing, that's definitely worth, even if that was 250 bucks here, I'd pay that because it's really cool. Isolated, definitely. It's mega cheap. Definitely worth the cash. I would highly recommend that. The temperature gauge, the digital one, I probably wouldn't spend the cash. Can you plug your site again, please? So thebrewlabcafe.com.au. So thebrewlabcafe.com.au. I'll pop a link down below for the website as well. Instagram, same, the Brew Lab Cafe, and Mitch Does Coffee for my personal Instagram. All the stuff. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do. Because, to be honest, the channel is something I'm really trying to push at the moment. Oh, there's quite a few comments coming through. Thank you. But for this machine, that's about it, guys. I'm going to pop some photos on Instagram later of the close-ups of the parts we were talking about, because it's hard to show on camera. Actually, I'm going to grab the camera and give you close-ups. Let's do that on a live stream. Let's go. What do we got? Good quality shirts and hoodies, love them. Thanks, man. You guys are going to see my house or the back of my head. All right, what do we got? Oh, it's not letting me turn it around. There we go. Okay, so this is the isolator there. Definitely worth the cash. So that's splitting the group head from the boiler. We've got the little purgy steam wand upgrade, so that's on. And then a purge, really cool little feature. What else have we got? So the digital gauge, that's the gauge there, little probe. It's a little bit ghetto the way you set this up, but it works. We've got this little Frank. This is why it just looks incredible. So you do have a valve in there that for back flushing, etc. And that's your gauge there, which told me exactly how much pressure I was extracting with. I might actually give you a close-up on that. Let's see how we go. What else? IMS shower screen under there. I'm not going to put the camera upside down because that's weird. Powder-coated base. I don't think that's normal. I think that's all. Is there anything else? Timber. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I like this thing. It's funky. But like I said, there will be some photos on Instagram. That's cool. I'll set you guys back up now. In the meantime, you can stare at my face. Hello to my house. This is my house. And the brew bar. Most importantly, the brew bar. Bum, bum, bum. Coolest Pavoni I've ever seen. Right? It is pretty damn cool. While I've got you, I'm going to unplug the other machine. Seeing as though this video is not super professional, I'm just going to go and hide for a moment and unplug this machine. The owner of this machine did also supply me with the Normcore pressure tamp. I don't like these. I'm not a fan of tamps that don't allow you to just tamp. Knowing what pressure to tamp at is an important thing. If you want to go to the trouble of not knowing how to tamp, just buy a puck press. Although puck press for a LaPavoni, I don't think that's possible. Could be wrong. Let's get the normal one up here. So this is a typical LaPavoni Europiccola. The main difference is from factory, there's no gauge on the boiler itself. You can always add that later. The boiler itself is slightly bigger, while the water tank boiler, etc., is bigger on the professional. And then this thing's got all the upgrades. All I've done on mine is a bottomless portafilter. I never use this thing, that's why that's stuck on there. So bottomless portafilter, bigger basket, I can't remember what size that is. Like I said, I'd never use this. Full service because it was leaking. I've done the single hole steam wand conversion, definitely worth doing. As you saw, that milk was perfection. That's it. And just I rebuilt this thing because it's old, even though it looks brand new. So left the base stainless. I believe he's done that himself. This is the typical way of opening the steam wand. It's horrible. It's really not good. Where that's heaps better. I'd like to know if you can make that close quicker, because that sort of continuity of steam coming through is not great. That's a really good way to destroy the milk that you've just got perfect. So you need to wait for your milk to stop, and even then it's just sort of throwing slow air into it. Not ideal. That's it. This thing's cool. I'll give you another close-up with both the machines, give you an idea as to what we're looking at here. So let's do it this way. This makes way more sense. My head on camera. So this is the Frankenlever compared to the standard one. Totally different looking machine. Obviously that's where all of this is, completely different. I've got the little thermal sticker. That's really all I've needed, to be honest. But as you can see, this machine's been on. If I was to leave this machine on for as long as this would be up over like usable temperature. There's no way it'd still be at that temp. And that's thanks to that little black isolator there. Such a great little thing. Highly recommend that. Definitely a good upgrade. What do you think, guys? Hey, it's pretty funky. If you're going to send messages, do it now, because I'm really close and I can actually see the screen. And make sure you learn how to win that. Link below. Pretty snazzy. I like this thing. So a quick shout out to the owner of this machine. Thank you so much. This was just the guy that reached out, for the people that haven't watched. Joey Mo. Thanks, man. Well, thanks so much. Make sure you subscribe, please. That'd be amazing. Share this with your friends, anyone that likes coffee. Yeah. Check out the LM in the background, hey? Ooh, custom cube. Not bad. Brew bar's looking pretty sweet. Oh, and for people that haven't seen, quick shout out to another customer. How sick is that? 3D printed. Can't actually use it because it'll melt, but that's awesome. I love that thing. That's the most inappropriate looking thing on the world, but it's so heavy as well. Actually, how heavy is it? Let's have a look. How heavy? A good tamp, so a normal tamp, 350 grams. Senesso. That is stupid. Oh my God, that's dumb. Yeah, anyway, may as well do a little brew bar update. There you go, a little C3 hand grinder. That thing's insane. You guys will see this shortly in another video. Boat anchor. It's definitely a boat anchor rosemary. Not this. This is insanely expensive. This was a gift from a friend. This is essentially like a Turkish brewer. It's dumb expensive, but we are going to use it shortly. Thanks, Joey. Subscription. This thing I've just done a full service on and added a shot timer because this is a very expensive machine that doesn't come with a shot timer, but that's okay. You can get other ones that go here, but not as nice as this one. So for a lot of people asking, why didn't we do the paddle upgrade to the shot timer? Because this paddle is incredible. We didn't want to get rid of that. There's nothing as good quality as that. This is going to do the job for now. Sweet. Boom. This bad boy. Cut holes in it. Actually, check out my Instagram for someone else. Saw the Turkish item. Of course you did. There's another custom cube floating around now from the guys at Tenango Espresso. It is insane. It's so nice. He's gone proper custom inside as well. So I just kind of cut holes and put some lights in it. His has got like Lego inside, like almost Star Wars looking theme. It's pretty sick. Yeah. What else we got? Make sure you check out Portakeeper. These things are insane. If you don't have Portakeeper stuff, what are you even doing? Yeah, you need those. What else? I think we're good. I think that's about it, guys. I think we are done. We are pretty much done here. Let me know what you think of this video, especially if you're watching it live, because I enjoy doing live streams. Sort this camera out. I definitely enjoy live streams. Number one, I feel more engaged with the the viewer. Let me fix that camera. That's going to hurt my head. I feel much more engaged with the viewer. And secondly, it has another great benefit for anyone that's made content before. Video editing takes a long time. It's hard. It is very hard work editing videos. So doing a live stream is a really good way to hack to do a video. Because in the time that I've made this video, it'll take me about 3 times longer to actually film it, because if I'd burnt myself like I did earlier, I would have edited that out and had to do the shot again, but I don't have to do that. because it's live, I can get away with being a little bit ghetto, and I enjoy it. So, this one's done. I don't own this machine. So again, thank you so much to the owner of this machine. You're an absolute legend. I could not have literally made this video without you because I wouldn't have the machine. And my machine is nowhere near as clickbait worthy. So, thanks again. That's it, guys. Please hit that subscribe button. And thank you so much for viewing and liking and just supporting the channel. Make sure you check out the link below for that and the Brew Lab and stuff. Thanks, guys. I'm going to walk around there, hit the screen. Have a great day. Happy brewing. Da 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 na 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 na.